What is up, my Beater Bros? Beater Maine-iac here. NBA Game Picks February 22nd. We got some good matchups, including a fun return, but we'll get into that when we get to that. You got the Wizards at the Hornets. A very fun game of Beal versus Kemba Walker. Who will be more clutch? Who will make more important shots? Not necessarily who will shoot better or who will make more shots. Who will make the more important shots? You know what I mean? Charlotte is currently favored by 5. I kind of like the Hornets in this one. Washington kind of seems a little bit dysfunctional. The Hornets play better at home. I feel very comfortable picking the Hornets in this one. One thing that does concern me about the Wizards is their defense, allowing an average of 116.9 points per game. Granted, the Hornets don't score that well, but sometimes the home team just wins. I'm going to take the Hornets to win. The cover is going to be tough at a 5-point spread, but I think they will cover as well. Pelicans Pacers favored by 6.5. I believe Anthony Davis is expected to play in this one. Now, the question is, who wins? Now, as much as I want to go Pacers here, even the matchup predictor says Pacers 68.3% chance. I'm going Pelicans here, not necessarily because of Anthony Davis. I am going because of Jahlil Okafor and Julius Randle. I think they will provide the combination of the boards to overpower the Pacers. Granted, if the Pacers win this one at home, it will probably be because of Sabonis, Thaddeus Young, and Bogdanovic solidifying the front court. Now, Bulls Magic favored by 8.5. I'm thinking to myself currently right now, I'm thinking live, I think about this shit on the spot, I pick on the spot because I don't like scripting shit. Bulls Magic, I want to find out reasons to pick the Bulls here, but I really can't. Not necessarily that the Bulls aren't good enough. They definitely are. They won 14 games, so they're capable of winning. Not that often, but they can win. I think the issue here is going to be rebounding. Aaron Gordon and Vucevic are a dangerous combo, and I think that carries the Magic to the victory. 8.5-point spread. Kind of large, but I think the Magic can handle it. I think they win. I think they cover. You got Spurs at the Raptors, ESPN 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. This is what I was talking about. DeMar DeRozan returns to Toronto for the first time since being traded. And of course for the first time because obviously Kawhi already returned to San Antonio and they only play each other twice a year. But it should be a really fun game. I don't think the Raptors can lose this. Well, the Raptors can lose this one, obviously. I don't think they will lose this one is what I meant. Raptors favored by 7.5. I think they win and cover. 3 reasons I'm picking the Raptors here. 1, Spurs play worse on the road. 2, I think the big men of Ibaka, Siakam, and Kawhi defensively will play well enough against Gay, DeRozan, and Aldridge to limit the Spurs' offense and create fast break opportunities, stuff like that. And 3, depth, or I should say guard play. Lowry and Green, I would pick over the guards of the Spurs, but it's very, very close. If the Spurs are going to win, I think the major key for them is not just defensively to play well. I think it's going to be to effectively shoot the 3, and that includes Rudy Gay and the guards, and maybe Aldridge if he wants to get feisty, and convert as many free throws as possible. I think that's the key. But I'm picking the Raptors to win and cover. Then you got the Pistons at the Hawks. Pistons by 4.5. I think they win and cover. Trae Young, I think he'll have a good game in this one, but I don't think it'll be enough for the Hawks. Although, I would definitely not be surprised if the Hawks do get their 20th win. They have some remarkable talent. John Collins has had a tremendous season. Fun fact, I did draft him in my fantasy team, but due to injuries, I dropped him like the first couple days. And he's starting to make me kind of regret it, although it is hard to carry an injured player for a few months. But I'm happy to see him healthy. You got the Timberwolves at the Knicks. Timberwolves saved by 5 here. I wholeheartedly want to pick the Knicks in the upset. I wholeheartedly do. But I think the Timberwolves are extremely solid. I don't think there's anything the Timberwolves necessarily excel at tremendously, like, oh my god, they're so good at this. No Moutier or Frank for the Knicks, and no Covington for the Timberwolves, or at least that's what's to be expected. I guess the one major factor, if I had to pick a reason to pick the Timberwolves over the Knicks, besides just Minnesota being a solid team, is the assists per game difference. The Timberwolves average 4.6 more assists per game, and I think that's just nuts. And the last win coming against the Rockets, so I think that's good. Anyway, next game, we don't got many more to go. We got 3 more to go. Clippers, Grizzlies. Clippers favored by 2.5 here. This one should actually be very interesting. I think this is a pretty damn close to 50-50 game. No Wilson Chandler, or still no Luke Mbamute for the Clippers. Clippers kind of falling off a cliff since their big trades. But I don't know if I can see the Grizzlies competing too well against the Clippers. Their most recent wins have came against Minnesota and New Orleans. But they've lost to teams like the Chicago Bulls, which I just can't respect necessarily. So I'm picking the Clippers here. If you lose to the Bulls, I can't pick you even if you're at home. Clippers, I think they'll cover the spread too. Nuggets, Mavericks. Thinking this one in my head. This matchup makes me really wish Porzingis was 100% healthy because it would be so good. Denver's currently favored by 5 here. I don't know. Can any part of me seriously pick against the Nuggets? No Gary Harris tonight to be expected, but I don't know. If you look at the Nets or the Nuggets record in the last 5 games, they've lost to the Pistons, Nets, and Sixers. But the Mavericks have lost to the Heat, Rockets, and Bucks. But it's a very, very close game in my opinion. I want to go Nuggets here for the same reason I went with the Timberwolves. I like teams who can move the ball more. It comes more crucial. Mavericks with a 0.0 point differential, and they're coming around, so I like it. But I just feel like the Clippers will pull it off. Or the Nuggets will pull it off, sorry. I was thinking about the Clippers for a second. Then you got Jazz at the Thunder, ESPN 9:30 p.m. Eastern and 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. OKC's favored by 4.5. I'm picking the Thunder to win and cover this one. And I do love me some Steven Adams against a Rudy Gobert. I've said this many a times when they face each other. Holy shit, do I love this matchup. Now, what I love about these two teams is field goal percentage almost identical. Assists per game, only a 1.6 difference. Blocks, nearly identical. Rebounds, slightly favoring the Thunder, but with assists slightly favoring the Jazz. It is awesome. Point differential, nearly, well, not nearly identical, I guess, but close enough. Recent games would indicate that Utah Jazz would struggle in this one, with their only wins in the last 5 being against San Antonio, Phoenix, and Atlanta, and the 2 losses being against Golden State and Houston. But OKC, their wins have came against Houston, Portland, Memphis, and Orlando, but they lost to New Orleans a week ago. I think OKC comes out, though. I think Steven Adams and Paul George will carry the load here. For the Jazz, I'm actually looking for not necessarily Donovan Mitchell, but I'm looking for Gobert to show up on offense. I think that's going to be critical for the Jazz. If Gobert can get some offensive boards, prevent Adams from being as effective as he usually is on the glass, I think it should be a victory for the Jazz. But I don't see that happening, and I'm picking the Thunder. I hope you guys have a good day. See you in the next one. Peace.